Hello and welcome to my project pan. I guess it's technically also an introduction, but it's mostly an inventory video because I already started project pan at the beginning of the year. I've just now decided to film and share it with the internet because I have personally been loving this kind of content, and so I thought I would participate and contribute to that which I like to personally consume. And yeah, I've done an inventory of all the things because the way to stay motivated when one participates in a project of panning is to know how much stuff you have, how much more you have to use, and to get a little ticking off system as you use up a product. I don't know why, for some reason in this world where I feel like I have very little control over my life, finishing a cleanser, ending that little bit of product at the very bottom of the tube that I've meticulously squeezed out, even though it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of the meaning of life and the deep questions we might have, brings me a hell of a lot of joy and a deep sense of control and satisfaction. And I can't explain why. I like watching the videos, I like doing it, so here we are, because over the last few years I've just accumulated a lot because I basically wasn't really doing no buys and I was not paying attention to my consumerism. I also got given a bunch of stuff because I live in a country with like other international students and they would like leave the country and I'm still here 3 years later and I seem to just collect everyone's shampoo when they leave the country. So yes, let's get into it. The first category or area is skincare, and I have cleansers to begin with. I have 5 cleansers. One of them is technically already panned. I won't tell you which one, don't want to give away any spoilers. But now we have one less because I've already, we're in February. Let's be transparent here. We're in February. I already started my project pan. I've already been writing everything down for that month, but now we're participating in it and sharing it with the internet. So 5 cleansers, and then I also have this one travel cleanser. Yeah, basically I don't use it unless I'm traveling, and it's just a very convenient little size. And I think I got it when I was traveling because I ran out of cleanser. I just didn't know I couldn't take my big one with me. The next is a makeup remover. I have just one of these, which I'm happy with. I only need one makeup maneuver. One makeup maneuver. And then the next area is moisturizers. This is a category I would definitely appreciate doing some work on. I have 6 of those. Another spoiler alert, I also have already panned one of them, but you don't know which one, and that's what makes it mysterious. We'll see if we do like an update video, but this is where we are for now. And I'm kind of like working through 2 at a time, which I know is not super effective, but just because like one does one level of moisturizing and the other one does the other level of moisturizing, so that's just how it's working for me at the moment. And then I have serums. I have 3 serums. One I'm really hoping to finish in the next couple of months or month, and actually one I think I have already secretly finished, and maybe it's obvious because it's the tube that is the most squished in the B-roll footage. The next I have is an eye cream. This was a wonderful panic purchase when I realized I was turning 30 soon, and I started to become more aware of the wrinkles and crinkles on my face and thought, you know what will fix my existential crisis about getting older? An overly expensive eye cream. So that's why we have one eye cream. I think I'm going to use that up, and then I don't know, maybe someone has a recommendation for like a good one that isn't. I think this is like $80 or something unacceptably expensive. Unacceptably? Is that a word? Sure. The next thing I have is 5 sheet masks. This is basically something that I don't do very often, but I do have like a micro needling pen, also a part of my getting older crisis beauty purchase. And so once in a while I'll do that, and then afterwards I like to put on a sheet mask, but it's not something that I do quite regularly because I find them to be somewhat wasteful, but such is life. Then we have 2 toners. I guess that seems accurate. I have 2 toners. And then I have these 2, like Dr. Jart, I think is the name, products. One is like a face treatment and one is a face mask. I kind of got them in a little bundle with one of the moisturizers that I wanted, so That's why I have these items. And like bundles are fun because you feel like you're getting more product, but then you get random products that like you don't typically use so regularly, and then they just sit there for a long time. So I would like to just use those up and then call it done on those products. And then the last but not least for skincare is lip balms. I have 4. The love of my life is the Dr. Hauschka lip balm, which is incredibly expensive but very lovely. And then I also have this Paw lip product. It's kind of maybe like the Australian equivalent of Vaseline. I don't know if I have any accuracy in making that statement, but that's what I feel like. The next area I have is some nail products. We have 2 sort of top coat clear nail polishes. Then I have 2 cuticle oils. This like one tea tree one that I have had for a very long time, I really want to use, and I actually have that sitting next to my bed at the moment, and I'm trying to use it like every night before I go to bed. And there's just so much product, even though it's like a tiny little vase, tiny little container. And then I have some colored nail polish. I have 6 different colors. One color I actually have technically already decluttered and given to a friend, but that is why it's missing from this beautiful array of colors in my hand. Then I have removal pads and also removing liquid for nail polish. And then also like this removing pen thing that I have literally never used and bought it on a whim because I thought it would be useful. But that's also to like touch up your product as you're going. Then I have 3 flosses. I, for some reason, have 5 toothbrushes. I don't know what that's about. I guess I seem to just like buy them. You know, when you go to DM or you just like go in, like that's a German reference, but like if you just go into one of those stores or like the supermarket, for some reason it's just like something that always ends up in my basket because like one can always justify buying a toothbrush even if you have one and multiple backups at home. It seems like a sensible purchase, even though I don't change my toothbrush like all the time. So anyway, next thing I have is toothpaste. We have 1 of those. Then I have 3 perfumes that are like big full size perfumes. And my plan is actually to kind of like not wear them too much at the moment and then try and get through my 16 mini sample size perfumes. That is currently my goal because I just have so many of them. And yeah, it's nice to have lots of different smells, but like I like my 3 big perfumes, and those would be the ones that I'd want to wear anyway. And maybe it's nice to have 1 or 2 samples for travel, but basically I would just like to use them up. Then I have 4 essential oils, which I also kind of use sometimes as perfume. Not always, but sometimes. So they're in that category. Anyway, the next one we have is sunscreen, and I have 4 of those. I don't know, like I know it's considered really not great to use expired sunscreen, but like how not great is it? You know, like I want to believe expiry dates, but my experiences is it doesn't always mean reality. But like maybe with sunscreen it does, because like I kind of ignore expiry dates with makeup, I kind of ignore expiry dates with food. But I guess I don't know if you have a particular opinion you want to share about that, please let me know, because at least one of these sunscreens is expired then I have some random samples. Most of them are from a company called Uriel, and there are a few Weleda samples as well, and in total I have 21, and I just want to like slowly just like move my way through them. And I love samples in a project pan because they're a very fast, quick little win. So you can be like, yes, I finished something. I cut off another number or item off my list, but they're very quick and easy to use. And, you know, you can use them either in one go or a couple of goes. And that brings me a lot of joy. The next area is a body hair care shower situation. So we have 3 shampoos. I have bought 2 of the shampoos, and then the other one was given to me from someone, and I've just had it for so long. I think I've been using this big family shampoo for like 2 years now, and it's getting close to finish, and I'm going to be so excited when it is. I have these two conditioners, both were given to me by someone else, and they are actually both expired. So I'm looking forward to finishing them up so that I can then go buy my own personal choice conditioner. Don't get me wrong, I love using other people's trash, but you know, sometimes you want to treat yourself. And unfortunately, I do have a knit shampoo because I did get some knits even though I'm a grown person. Don't know how that happened. We have some oil for a little hair mask situation. This has also expired in 2024, so I am just slowly trying to use it up. And because I was very stressed, I started losing my hair, and then I thought I'd buy a spray instead of relieving my stress. So I have that. And I also have this normal hairspray that I use for when I have my performances and have to keep my hair in one place. And then there is this body wash that someone gave to me. I really want to finish it because I don't see the point in body wash in plastic packaging. Then I have body wash bars. Kind of prefer this. I mean, I don't really know the difference between like a bar of soap and a body wash bar of soap, but either way, I have these 5 Weleda ones. I think I purchased one and the others I won like as gifts because there was some carnival thing and they like was giving away a raffle, and then I got given these body bars, and so now I just have a lot of them, which is great because now I don't have to buy any more shower stuff. But like a bar of soap is just as good, so I don't know why this is like a fancy bar of soap. It's a body wash bar of soap. Then I have one bath essence and I have one like sachet of bath Epsom salts. Then we do have 4 bars of soap, which I use just like for washing my hands. So like the body wash bar for the shower, the bar of soap seems to be washing my hands. But at some point we could just consolidate that down to like 1 bar of soap. No, I guess it's always nice to have. We don't really do that minimalist in our ways. It's nice to have a bar of soap for the shower and a bar of soap for the hands. That seems to be my level of fancy, and I'm gonna be that's my goal. That's the goal. Right now we have a lot of soap. And the next area is body oil. I love a body oil after the shower. I currently have 4. Obviously would like to bring that down to like 1, 2 maximum. And I also have body moisturizers. So I have 4 of those as well. So I don't really know if I prefer, I guess like I prefer a moisturizer, but I also like a body oil. I think maybe 1 of each. That could be the goal. And then I also have this solemn oil, which I love so much, and I put it on my body after the shower or like anytime I want to travel, and I like to put it like up on my arms and on my chest area. And this is just a product that I really like, so I always have 1 of those. I have 3 at the moment, but you know, that's just because I ended up buying 2 because I was going to give them as gifts, and then one person already had it and bought a much bigger bottle for themselves, and the other person was like breastfeeding, and then that smell would be too strong for them, so I didn't want to like give it to them, so I ended up keeping it myself. Next area is hand cream. I have 2 hand creams, and yeah, I don't know, one of them has technically already been finished in Project Pan in January, but we're still working on the others. And I have 1 deodorant, which seemed very reasonable, so we're happy about that. The next area, and last but not least area, and an area that I would like to reduce but ultimately is the hardest place to pan in one's collection, and that is all of my makeup. However, if you can't pan it, you can give it to someone else, and that is something I have already done in January, but we are in February making this video, so there is some discrepancy between inventory number and reality of image. We have 5 single eyeshadows, although I now only have 2 because I gave some away. I actually, if I'm going to declutter, because like decluttering is like a very simple answer to overconsumption, and I think it is not the best answer. I usually only try and declutter or like give something away when I know I can give it to someone who will use it. And like there's one person at my school who always wears makeup, and I know that she really loves makeup. And so then when I was like going through to declutter things, I was like, hey, is this something that you would like or really like get some use out of? And she was like, yeah, she was like so happy and excited about. But I don't typically just like get rid of it or like give something away just to like a secondhand store. I much prefer first of all to give it to someone who wants it, and I usually ask the person like, is this something that you would use? If not, like it's all good. And then if they're excited about it, I give it. Otherwise then I'm like, okay, I still have to try and work out what to do with this thing. And then if I really can't find someone in my life, then I will try and give it to the donations of donation centres and donation collection places, such as Brockies is what they call them here in Switzerland. But I haven't really donated anything since moving to Switzerland, because I seem to always find students at my school who want things, because I think as students, like, you don't have that much money to buy stuff, so secondhand or at least like free stuff from your friends is always a great time. Anyway, big tangent. Next area we have is this mixed eyeshadow palette. It actually has 27 pans or shadow palette back. It has 27 shadow pans in it. And this is a mix of a bunch of different palettes that someone gave to me at some point. My dear friend Zila, who has been the supplier of my makeup addiction from the beginning. And yeah, I just ended up kind of going through the pans and then just taking the ones that I was actually going to use, and the others I think I gave some of them away, and then some of them just went to the trash, because actually when I was trying to pull them out, they just snapped anyway. So that was kind of wasteful, but you know, you live and you learn. Then I have 2 5-pan palettes, like smaller palettes, but one of them has also been decluttered already, so we're on 2. We're on 1. I'm going to update the inventory like towards the end of the year, but I thought I'd like talk about the inventory numbers from the very beginning, but I'm filming in February. I don't know how to work with this inconsistency. I hope you're surviving with me as we're going through this. The next area is a blush palette. It has 9 massive pans. This is something that I don't use too often, but I am like doing stage performances with sort of like my training, and so then this is a useful palette to have, because we have to put a lot of like red and sculpt our face a bit because of the lighting. So this is something I have and it works. I have a lipstick / lip gloss. We have 6 of those. 1 is quite close to finished, and I would really like to actually finish this one that is sitting right here. This is the Tarte Juicy Lip situation. That's what I have on my lips at this moment. And then, yeah, I don't know, 6 isn't so bad, but like maybe like 3 would be nice. And then we have eyeliner. 4. These ones are all relatively fine, because the white and the blue I use for stage. The purple, I guess I could use up, but the like light violet color is just kind of a color I enjoy to use like once in a while. Like when I want to do basically no makeup, but just a little bit of makeup, we just do a little violet light purple eyeliner moment. Then I have 1 mascara. I'm feeling like a wonderful minimalist with that. 1 lip liner. That's also something that I only really use for stage. And it's also like completely broken. Like if you open it and then tip it, the whole stick wants to fall out of the pencil, but we're just going to slowly use it as time goes on. I have 1 highlighter, 1 face powder that is also only for stage, and 1 concealer. I am lucky I don't really need to wear foundation. It's also something I don't really enjoy wearing, so I don't have foundation or so much skin stuff. I have a concealer because I do get big bags under my eyes and for the occasional pimple, but in general, like, for some reason putting on foundation on my face just feels really annoying, and I'd rather have not that feeling. Is how I feel about foundation. So that is my full inventory. You may be wondering, what is the final total? Don't worry, I have you covered, because we like math to the extreme. We want to count every single thing, and then we're going to total everything up. So for the skincare category, we have a total of 34 items. For the sort of like nail category, I have 13. For my teeth section, we have 9. For the perfumes, we have 23. For the samples, we have 21. I don't know how I've done this body care thing. I think the total for the body care is 26. I lie. Okay, for the body hair care section, so for like the hair care section, I have 9 items. That is accurate. And then for the body care, I have 26. And then for makeup, I also have 26 items in total. I don't know, I have this very particular page that I'm trying to understand my own notes. So that means in total, all the products, everything all together in my cosmetic toiletry section is 161 items. And, you know, it's not out of control. It's definitely way more than I need. And mostly I'm just doing this based off what I would like, which is just to have a lot less stuff. I have this one basket where I have like all my backup toiletries. I have another little basket where I've like got stuff that I really want to use up fast is my project pan. And then I just have the normal toiletries in my bathroom counter, literally like the ones that I'm using every day. And I'm just slowly working my way through it. And I just am doing a project pan on everything because I don't know, for some reason I find that easier. And then I also feel like I have more success that way because then there are some things that are going to obviously be used up through natural use. And then that helps me to feel like there's still like some progression happening, even when with some of my actual things that I really want to like get through, the more panning items are taking longer. And then one system that I have that I find to be quite effective is right here on my windowsill. I have like all the things I would like to like first work my way through. And then like I just see that every time I walk into my room. It's like it feels like I've quarantined some of my products. And so each time I see them, I'm like, oh, I can quickly like use my hand cream a bit extra or some things like that. Another thing I would like to know, oh god, that seems unstable, is what would one do with toner that one does not want to use on their face? Because I have used this toner on my face and then I had a lot of dry skin come around my nose and I don't know what to do with it because it's still a product. I'm just not going to use it on my face. I don't know so many people that are like that into skincare that would use this. I have tried to use it on my legs a few times because it's quite moisturizing. It's like a moisturizing toner. It's kind of strange. So that's so far been my solution, but it's not really a solution because I'm just like using it on my legs. So if you have any ideas what one would do, I guess it depends on the different product. Yes, so that is it. That is the full rundown. I guess my goal, if we're talking like real number goal situation, and because it sounds good, is to go for under 100 items by the end of this year. So that is to use up 61 items. That sounds like a lot. However, I have 21 samples. So then it's only really like 40 items. And I reckon I could do that because a lot of things do have use, or not a lot of things, okay. A good amount of things, at least one in every single category does have a good fair amount of use in it. So I think I could get there. And yeah. I don't really know what to do about the fact that I've already done a month of stuff. Like January's done, we're in February. If we want updates on that, how to do that. I haven't really thought this through. But there has been some progress already, which I'm very happy about. I'm very excited about. Okay, I don't know. We're done. Everything's written down. Very happy about it. Everything's back where it was. I had to like put it all together to get the B-roll footage, even though I'd already done that once to count it. That's how much I care about the aesthetics of the YouTube channel. It was for your viewing pleasure. I hope you appreciated the bonus B-roll on this video. So, thank you so very much for being here, for watching this video about Project Pan inventory. If you're doing one, let me know. I think it's a fun little game. It's like gamifying your life. And it's just with your toiletry product. If you're doing a Project Pan as well, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to go that extra mile and share with me your inventory, because like I love watching inventory videos because like I really have no idea what is normal. Like I think everyone just has like a different version of normal, and it's just so interesting just to see like what different areas are more like bigger for people in their collection and what areas are more smaller. And I just find it interesting, but like no pressure, you don't have to share. I just think I like watching the videos, and if you don't have a channel where I can't be super nosy and look at your own video, then maybe I can be nosy in the comments. I'm gonna try and do like an update video as it comes along. as we pan along the way. My favorite personal style of Project Pan update is I do love me a Project Pan monthly like check-in vlog style. So we're going to attempt to do that, but we shall see. High expectations. Let's see if we have any capacity to execute that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're doing very well, and I will see you next time. Bye!